Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So, lots of secrets are coming to the forefront and they're being exposed like never before. I've never seen anything like it. I worked in the SEAL teams for 24 years. I worked in the CIA for 11 years, and I've never seen secrets being divulged like they're being divulged right now. Secrets being the insights into the way the deep state works and the way some of these negative organizations that I could see uh, actually operated. So being able to see through all the manipulations, all the lies going forward is extremely important. And so we don't get hooked with their manipulations, because the manipulations are going to come very heavy now. I think that, a lot of stuff is going to start to be revealed in social media, your emails and stuff like that. Yes, yours are going to be revealed, and that's part of the they're trying to turn us on each other, trying to and not they. When I say they, that's the deep state, not they, the good guys. Good guys would never do something like that. All right, so talking about manipulations, uh, MK Ultra and so forth. Tomorrow I will have Kathy O'Brien, a survivor of MK Ultra, and probably one of the sweetest, most beautiful, loving people you will ever meet. So you're thinking, how can somebody go through something like that and come out the other end being very loving? You're going to find out. All right. So she's going to share a lot of insights on how the things that are working right now in front of our faces, all the manipulations, all the lies, are basically the MK Ultra program and how you can overcome that. So it should be a really great show. It's going to be a really great show. And on Monday, I have Jason Shirka, 3 to 4. I'm going to have on Wednesday, Dr. Northrup, and a lot more coming. I have a lot of people that want to come on and share with you guys. You're a great audience. People love coming on the show and sharing with you guys, because you guys are always very, very generous and very, very good. A lot of these people hear from you afterwards, and you guys are beautiful. All right, appreciate that. So what is going on? Let's do share the screen and pull up. I got a lot of stuff for you guys today. It's probably going to be about an hour at least show. So put on seatbelts. It's going to get rough, and it'll be a lot of fun, of course. And we'll share some stuff. So intuitive information as we move forward. You really need to be intuitive and start to be able to pick up on this stuff on your own, so that when I share it, you're like, absolutely. And you probably, even some of you guys, when I share this stuff, you're like, oh, I give you more stuff. And that's good. That's the way it should be. So bushcraft bear. So the current situation that's going on with the volcano in the Canary Islands. So it's being recorded by this gentleman, Bushcraft Bear. He comes on twice a day. So as you can see here, he just came on 43 minutes ago. Strange things happen here, stronger earthquakes. So reported some very, 100 earthquakes, more lava coming out, all kinds of crazy stuff. So he's a really cool guy. I like survivalist. He's a survivalist. So if you go back 4 years back into his stuff, he's got shows that, have done really well. Have had 1 million views. I think there's one that had like 3 million views, something like that. It's not going all the way down. It's not going down further. It's 4 years ago. So anyway, let's see if I can find it. Solo overnight. Yeah, there is solo overnight bushcraft camp. So he's got 3.2 million views. So he's I've been around a lot of survivalists. I'm a survivalist, and he's good. He's got all the stuff that I would be like, yeah, that I would do that. I know how you did that. I know, yep, I would do that, and blah, blah, blah. So it's cool. He's got it out there. He's got a really nice show. He's very calm and cool, like me, in the heat of situations that are, kind of concerning. It's funny, and people like you guys come in and converse in the chats and stuff like that. I guess he went into the chat one time, and because he had a dog that was barking at him, and he came up and the dog was all nice, and he was petting the dog. And so he started walking towards the volcano, hadn't been in this area before, and the dog started barking at him. So some of you guys out there that are like, experts intuitive in the field of animals, came on and said the dog was barking at you because he was concerned for your safety, because he came out of his own home and started barking at him, trying to warn him, that he was going into a dangerous area. Pretty cool. So that's what, for me, being a survivalist, I know, the way the birds move and all that kind of stuff gives you clues as to what's really going on. So that's the intuitive part that's beautiful about, tapping into nature and all that stuff. And the kind of some of the stuff that started to put me on this path where I was intuitive in combat zones and so forth. So 4.6 earthquake volcano at Kilauea continues. So it's filling up. The Kilauea is starting to fill up again, starting to fill with lava. There was a 4.6 earthquake. So this is kind of the way it was last time. So as we see back there in the Canary Islands, where, we're all kind of like looking to see if that thing's going to like really blow, it keeps getting, every day by day, it gets worse and worse, really. So the same thing with Kilauea. The volcano is starting to fill up with lava. And then when it's reached the top, it's going to start to spill out like it did, several years ago. So I think it's been adding over a period of time for several months now. And now it's starting to heat up. The filling is happening at a more rapid pace. Over the last several days, it's gone up 100 feet. So let's look at this a little bit.
On Tuesday evening, a magnitude 4.6 earthquake shook Hawaii, but there was no observable impact on the island's volcanoes. The eruption of Kilauea continues at the summit, and the volcano alert level remains at watch. The earthquake occurred at 8:36 p.m. Hawaii time, 20 miles deep under the Southwest Rift Zone. The USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory said the quake was part of the ongoing seismic swarm under the Paha Lut area, which started in August 2019. The eruption is now 1 week old and remains confined to the summit caldera within Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. New video released today by the USGS shows the dominant fountain at the west vent with sustained heights of up to 15 meters or 49 feet. The video also shows another fountain source emerging through the lava lake. Over the past 24 hours, the lake level rose approximately 2 meters or 7 feet, with a total rise of about 31 meters or just over 100 feet since the new eruption began. Gas emissions remain high, but are on a downward trend.
So as you can see, because gas emissions are down because the lava is being covered up, or at least the tubes is being covered up by the hot lava. So it's suppressing the gases. So as this thing continues on its journey upward and starts to spill over the cone, which I believe it's going to, we're going to have it, spilling out over the landscape again. And this happens, in Hawaii all the time. But this one I think might be a little bit different. So I was kind of surprised. I think the kahunas basically came out, and that's the shaman, basically tapped into the earth. And who's that Hawaiian fire goddess? Can't think of her name right now. But she basically, once she's tapped into, and they're like, please come down. And she's like, okay, you guys notice me. You notice me. Okay, so I will come down. But it's kind of something like that. I don't think it's exactly like that, but we can have a very good relationship with Mother Nature and all of the the spirit realms and stuff like that. Or you can have no relationship and they will do whatever they want to do. So it's better to connect with them. So Zuckerberg's mentor, Facebook surveillance capitalism is as immoral as child labor. So you got them all coming out for Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg's just a pawn for the, what is it? The cocaine insertion agency. So, CIA cocaine insertion agency, you know, used to come through Arkansas. Remember Billy was you know, the Arkansas governor back then. Billy and Hilly. So they were allowing drugs to come through Mena Airport there in Arkansas. And the DEA kind of got wind of it, tried to shut it down, and then, you know, the governor, Billy, came in and said, no, that stuff is really good. I like that stuff. So you're going to let this guy go. And they're like, well, you're just the governor. Well, they had somebody way up the chain say, yeah, you're going to let him go. So that was their pilot. So the pilot that they had hired, American made. If you've never seen that movie with Tom Cruise, highly recommend it. So it's basically, you know, telling you the truth. And at the end, he suicided himself. Yeah. It's kind of the way these things work. And, you know, big players were involved, you know, Bush family, on and on and on. So that's being exposed, but we don't see anybody going to jail. Or do we? Or are they? Or when will we see it? I don't know. So, you know, it's not anything to get wrapped up about. You know, when I look at this stuff and I talk to other people, I kind of piece things together and I kind of get a certain idea about stuff and I share it sometimes, but it doesn't mean that, you know, I am all knowing, because I wasn't there. I didn't see people being arrested. So, you know, at some point, I think it's going to be revealed. And if it's not, then it's like, yeah, I got that one wrong. Sorry. Or you guys can, like, you know, run with it. And then all of us look bad. So all of us that are trying to expose this stuff, because the knuckleheads that haven't woke up yet, you know, they're very critical. You guys know that. So if you go spewing off and you don't know things, you make yourself look bad. So don't go spewing off. All right. So these guys, I mean, look at that face only a mother can love, or his wife or whoever. That's crazy. I think that guy is like an alien. Doesn't look like an alien. It's like, what would you say he is? Is he gray? Is he a gray or something? If you had to guess, what would you say? Would you say Zuck is gray, or would you say Zuck is something else? Put it in the chat. Let's see. And so Zuck is not of this world, I don't think. All right. And definitely got some critters hanging on him, or did. Where, if he's still around, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything, because you guys start running with it and you get a little crazy out there. You're gonna screaming and yelling, and everybody thinks you're crazy. So just stay calm. Just stay calm and watch the show. I know you don't want to eat any more popcorn because you're getting fat, so that's fine. Start working out, because it's a great stress reliever. I do it every day, sometimes a couple times a day. All right. So moral failing of Mark Zuckerberg. Really, you know, this guy's a multi-billionaire. How did he make that money? How did Soros make that money? How did a lot of these guys make the billions, guys? Well, they have the cocaine insertion agency that has lots of money, and they hook these people up, and then eventually those people do things for them, because that's the way that system works. Chinese property shares tumble amid fears of Evergrande contagion. So the impending collapse of China's gigantic Evergrande Group real estate company caused a tumble in the stock market Tuesday, and it's still kind of jittery. But what's interesting about that is that there's lots of I thought I had a great picture here. That sucks it's not there. You see if it'll reload. There it is. Look at that picture. Oh my God. Look at all that work. This is billions and billions of dollars of work, and they stopped it. They stopped it like a few days ago. They're like, and halt. No more building, because we don't have any more money. We can't steal any more money. and keep this clown show going anymore. So you got stuff like that happening, guys. It's gotta backfire. Gotta backfire. All right. So we're gonna see this start to spill. Of course, the Federal Reserve and all the Federal Reserves all over the world are going to buy all the debt. All right. They're just going to buy it. They're going to keep buying it. So at this point, it's not panic time until it's time to be panicky. And then it's not time to be panicky either. So you should be, positioning yourselves. For me, I'm not in the stock market, although there is a possibility because stock market is down, I think 5% already. Buy the dips, right? Buy the dips in everything. Buy the dips in everything. Buy the dips in crypto. Buy the dips in, yes, even housing right now, because at some point it goes bad. But if you're, flipping them, keep flipping. Buy, flip, buy, flip, buy, flip. Better do it quick though. At some point, this puppy breaks apart. All right. If you're still, doing the stock market thing and you still invest in the stock market, use your intuition and decide what kind of pain you're willing to undergo, like a complete annihilation of your money. China PCR test orders soared before first reported thingy. Government contracts show surges in that area of China that purchases starting in May. That's a lot sooner than what they told us, right? Because supposedly it was around December and then January, it really got heavy. And then it wasn't until March that we started shutting down. But I think it was in January. I was beating the drum hard in January. And fortunately, Trump at the time said no more flights from China. Of course, they were getting in here some other ways, but at least it started to slow that down until we got a handle on exactly what this thing was. And now we know it's something completely different. So it is, amazing how this has captured consciousness. When we talk about MK Ultra, this is like one of the most incredible games that's ever been played on humanity. And they've gotten away with it so far. But how much longer? Remains to be seen. Captured, killed, or compromised. Clown's intel agency admits to losing dozens. I used to work for this group at one time. I don't have anything good to say about them anymore, guys. I just think they need to go bye-bye. Them, the FBI, and probably a lot of other things that are in DC. Top American counterintelligence officials warned every C thingy agency and base around the world last week about troubling numbers of informants recruited from other countries like Afghanistan. Boy, like leave them to die. Good job, guys. To spy for the United States being captured or killed, people familiar with the matter said. So these things happen, every intelligence or agency makes mistakes. I've seen them. Our guys made mistakes over the years and cost people their lives. And a lot of times it's just dumb mistakes. It's just dumb mistakes, cell phones that shouldn't be turned on and turned on the wrong times. And that basically highlights people. So I've seen that kind of stuff happen. So it's frustrating. Burn phones, that should have been burned but weren't, and all stupid stuff, and you would think the people that did stupid would be reprimanded, but I didn't see that. It's like you get in that agency and you could get away with murder, literally. So some of the guys that are like in that group just don't do smart, and some guys do brilliant because where do they recruit from? Harvard, Yale. So they're some of the smartest people in the world. Why would they go there? Because they pay them a lot of money. Right? And it hooks them up for later on in life. The agency has devoted much of its attention for the last 2 decades to terrorist threats and the conflicts in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria, but improving intelligence collection on adversarial powers, both great and small, is once again once again, what did they like lose that focus for whatever reason? It's once again a centerpiece of the clowns in uniform agency agenda, particularly as policymakers demand more insights into China and Russia. More? Why? Because you want to like have somebody else be your fall guy. Because you want to have somebody else take responsibility for your stupidity, unbelievable stupidity, and that you're trying to control the world. Yeah. Because think about it. You got China trying to come in and they're harassing on a daily basis Taiwan. We're supposed to have the backs of Taiwan, right? We're supposed to have the backs of everybody that was in Afghanistan, and we turned our backs on them. And China's like up and if China had done one iota of what they're doing right now, we would have sent so much into that area. It would have like shut them down. But and I've heard the aircraft carriers are moving into that area. So I don't know. I think China's looking at us and going, what a bunch, we've been studying these guys for a long time. They kicked our ass in Korea. Kicked our ass. All right. They sent us running, and then we did the DMZ zone. And MacArthur, he did a brilliant, evacuation, and the Marines, good job, Marines. Thank God you guys are badass fighters. Held the line all the way back and let everybody escape through Chinhae Harbor, I think it was. So it was touchy. They almost annihilated everybody, but the Marines held the line, and basically Truman wouldn't let Dugout Doug, so that's what they called him back in World War II. They wouldn't let him, use nukes. Truman would let him use nukes, although he used nukes in World War II. They wouldn't let his top general, use nukes. So it was a disgrace. So the Chinese basically beat our ass. So you guys think that China won't do that again? Look at America now. Like the American military man is like having to go Jabberdoo City, and a lot of people are walking away from that. And you got like leftist boys everywhere. You think those guys are going to like stand up and fight? So it's kind of humbling right now. Either we have world peace or we're going to get annihilated because we're not going to fight. It's pure and simple. We're not going to fight because we don't have anybody left to fight. And if it's annihilation for America, you think everybody's going to stand up and fight? There's never been that case in America. Revolutionary War, 3% of the people probably fought. Civil War, it was basically just locate, just in certain regions. It wasn't all of the United States. So it wasn't all out conflict. It wasn't a do or die situation for a lot of people, right? So World War I, we went to help. World War II, we went to help. Mexican-American War, over quick. All these different conflicts, Vietnam, somebody else's war, we got involved in it. It was France that was there. We came to help France, and we stuck around and kept things going. So America we don't have the resolve. We got the clowns. We got the clown agency that couldn't tell us that it was going to go bad for us, or did they tell us? And no one listened. So either way, it looks bad, and it's not only does it look bad, it is bad. So a lot of you guys think our military is like going to kick some ass. I hope so. I know that it doesn't take much of us to get riled up to really make a difference, obviously, because there's never been that many. So can we depend on America to like have the military's back on this? I don't know. My honest answer, no. Will we back up Taiwan? Probably not. Not if this one group that's controlling America right now, because America's under control. America is not America right now. So I've seen a lot of people flying the flag upside down, wearing the flag upside down because it's compromised. America's compromised right now. Look at the border. Look at we're all like outraged about the border, but does it stop? It doesn't. They don't care that we're outraged. They don't care that Americans are outraged because they have a bigger plan. You know, they have a bigger plan to take down America. All right. People are getting jabberdude with stuff that's basically probably going to turn them into transhumans if they survive it, because many of them won't. But the ones that do, there's nanotech, there's all kinds of stuff in that's basically being shown that it's going to make those people that have that they're going to be transhuman. Transhuman means they're no longer a human being. Something else has come in and basically taken over the human. Right. So it's a tough situation that's going on out there. You know, who are going to be the survivors going forward? Can you run out to the woods and survive out there? Maybe for a little while, but at some point they come get you. Going to come get you. So whatever happens, and I believe it's going to be good long term. I think there are groups that are involved that are going to help the ones of us that are going to resist, and we'll know when that time comes. And at that point, then things turn around. All right, let's go back to sharing the screen. So what else we got? We got basically the CIA. This was Camp Chapman. So to give you an idea, I had buddies that basically died when this triple agent blew himself up at this forward operating base in Khost, Afghanistan. So let's see if brings it up. So so these guys that I knew, one of the guys was like he was like me. He loved my Intuitive Warrior book. We used to talk all the time. And so here he is right here, Scott Robertson. So he was a CIA base security chief. So 39 years old. I remember that. And I was the same age back then. So well, actually a little bit older. So it goes like this. He told Jennifer Matthews that you shouldn't let this guy come in, you should let us go outside the base and give him a little check, because he was starting to feel it. I know Scott, but Scott wasn't like me. He wasn't an independent contractor anymore. He was working directly. And when you work directly for the clowns, they expect you to obey. All right. So I never worked directly for them because I knew that I could never obey them because they're idiots. All right. So being on the outside, I could say, you guys are idiots. You need to listen to me. And this is the way you're going to do it. And sometimes that worked. Actually, most of the time it worked. All right. For me. So it was good. And there was another guy, I forget his name. Was it Darren or Harold? One of the, here we go. Security. It was Dane, and I think Jeremy Wise. I think he's the other SEAL. So two SEALs. I think two SEALs. One was like a senior chief in the teams. So a lot of these security guys died. So why? Because Jennifer said that no, we're going to bring this guy in because he's been vetted. Vetted means everyone's checked him out. He's good. And it's his birthday. I baked a cake for him. We're going to bring him in. So she's the boss. So, instead of like me, I would be like, you're going to get your ass blown up. I'm not going to do that bullshit. He's like, yes, ma'am. So how about this? We bring him in and you guys stay away and we come up and we do a search when he comes in. And she's like, okay, we'll do that. So he comes in, gets out of the car, and she and other knuckleheads run up and because, oh, we're so glad to see you, and blows himself up because she was the target, and killed all these people. See all these people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because The station chief was like, no, I don't want to listen to you, big burly macho, security guy. So what happened after that? All these knuckleheads had to listen to us. It was good for a while. All right. But, a lot of people have to die. So the reason why I bring this up is because I believe people are dying right now. Lawmakers back changes at CIAA for handling mystery health episodes. So what I love about these little articles is you can gather a lot of information. So they're leaking some stuff here, because the CIA is talking about how they go to these places. You go to these embassies. Why are you in these embassies? Because we build them. The CIA would tell you, and yeah. So it's like, is it a bad thing? Well, there's good things that happen for the people that are diplomats. They get to hang out, they get to have people come in, and they get to do their thing, and then CIA gets to do their thing, and that's kind of the way these things work. So in Havana, they knew that the cocaine insertion agency was in their realm, and so they were bombarding this building with some kind of scalar waves or something. So they had people with traumatic brain injury, all kinds of crazy stuff, a lot of health episodes. So now what they're going to do, and they're even talking about in here how they thought it was maybe directed energy weapons. Oh, did they leak that? Why? Because their people are being affected, so they want their people to be, taken care of. So it says, since 2016, diplomats, intelligence officers, and military personnel in Asia, Europe, and the Americas have been reporting strange sounds, feeling unexplained heat, like directed energy weapon, or experiencing pressure, like from 5G, and then suffering headaches, nausea, vertigo, or other symptoms. In many cases, the symptoms have gone on for months or years. So while some government officials are convinced that a hostile intelligence service using an eavesdropping device, so you think it's an eavesdropping device? No, they're targeting these people, or a directed energy weapon, so there it says it right there, is responsible for the injuries. CIA analysts have not reached a conclusion about what is causing the episodes or if a hostile power is responsible. So being around the bush a little bit there, these guys know, or if they don't know, shame on them. Shame on them. How is it you guys are like an intelligence agency and you don't know what's being done to you in another country? Hello, wakey. So these are the people that are, running our country, running the world. Yes, they're running the world. Hospital system says it will deny transplants to people that don't have Jabberwocky. So Jabberwocky in almost all situations. So Colorado-based health system says it's denying organ transplants to patient, not Jabberwocky, against the coronavirus in almost all situations, citing studies that show these patients are much more likely to go bye-bye if they get the thingy. Well, I beg to differ there. You guys are using the science that you want, and that's not really the true science. You guys know that, but that's fine. LA City Council approves Jabberwocky mandate for indoor restaurants, bars, and more. So we knew this was coming. I said it. If you're in the state of Cali, they basically telegraphed it. They started it in San Fran, and I was like, it's going to go all over Cali. So I'm out of Cali. Bye Cali. Bye going to Florida. Florida's the place you ought to be. So I loaded up the truck and I moved to Florida, not Cali. So remember that Beverly Hillbillies? Yes, I went the other way. So it's going to continue. It's going to continue. Democrat-run Los Angeles City Council approved restrictions require proof, just like they have in New York. So all the people that are there that are in the healthcare industry are not there's not all of them, but a lot of them are going bye-bye because they're being required to do that thingy, and they're saying no. So on the other side of this, unfortunately, there will be the people that are taking care of the people that are basically starting to go bye-bye from that Jabberwocky. All right. So if you want to be intuitive, if you're not intuitive yet, you definitely want to be intuitive going forward. michaelkjaco.com is where you get that. Get the courses that I learned through combat zones, working for ZIA, 35 years worth of stuff. Archangel micro experience, like I talk about often. This is the number one course that you want to start with. Now, if you're completely clueless about any of this stuff, you're like, what is intuitive? Then you want to go to the Intuitive Warrior. That will be the easiest starting off place. You know, very, very affordable. And not only do you get the PDF, but you also get me reading the book and then talking about, you know, certain things in the book and, you know, why certain things happen and so forth. You get a little deeper insights into the book. But you can always get that book on Amazon or some other place, you know, Kindle. You can't get it in the physical form. I'm doing another one. Eventually, it'll come out next year. And because these book companies are coming after a lot of people, you know. I've had, from the get-go, I've had trouble when I first came out with a book over 10 years ago with book companies. So it's been a challenge. It's also remote viewing. Remote viewing is an aspect that I started to use very heavily in combat zones, and I saved incredible numbers of lives. And then remote influencing developed over time, and then remote healing. Also going to Navy SEAL mindset. I've written another book, SEAL Team 11, Spartan Squadron. I'm doing a movie script right now for the SEAL movie. So it's I might be involved in it as far as, like, you know, I think I will be as far as, like, you know, while they're filming. So it's going to be fun. So some of the stuff that I have in here, you guys are going to be, you know, do the research in here. You're going to love it. Intuitive level physique. A couple years ago, I did a bodybuilding contest and won. So there's lots there. Natural gas spike. And oh yeah, and don't forget, like, the merch. There's a shop in there, and you get merch, hats. I'm ordering polo shirts. So soon you'll have me in polo shirts. I'll be wearing polo shirts out to nice restaurants here where I'm at in Florida. I wear these shirts sometimes because they're very comfortable. I had Lance Shuttler, his brother, last night when we did a show together talking about pine pollen. He said that almost a year ago, I was doing an event in Las Vegas, and he was there, and he bought some of my t-shirts, and he says, I wear those shirts every week, sometimes a couple of times a week. I was like, they're nicest. The material on them so great. I was like, that's awesome. Should have you come on my show and promo? It's like great. So I get that all the time. I love it. I think you guys are gonna love it. And you get to, you're like, drink your stuff, because it's so much better when you drink it from the Intuitive Warrior mug. All right. European and UK gas prices surged on Wednesday by more than 25%. So we're going to keep going up. It's already up, I think, like 200%, 500%. I don't know what it, last time I put it out, it was like, what was it, guys? It's like 500%. It was crazy. And it's still going up. Of course, it's still going up because they're going to freeze everybody this winter. So natural gas prices have climbed to new peaks as insufficient levels of inventories ahead of the winter season. And I bet it's going to be a doozy. I bet it's going to be a super, super cold winter. And that's by design. Winter season drive concerns for a spike in inflation and energy prices for consumers. These supply constraints could translate into higher of course they are, let's say will translate into higher cost of fuel moving into the winter months, a prospect which could further slow down economic recovery and worsen moods across markets. How about the moods of the people? Yeah, those moods are going to be bad too. So Europe, you guys in Europe, energy crisis have been exacerbated by a lack of wind for turbine sites, coupled with ongoing nuclear outages as you close down your plants, and the winding down of coal mines by climate conscious governments. Britain, and so we know these guys do this stuff long term. No, they do this stuff long term. So they've been winding into this for decades, guys. All right. So for decades they've been doing this, and either making coal-fired plants or shutting down coal-fired plants, and then going nuclear, and then shutting down nuclear plants and going wind and solar, or whatever is the flavor that's going to make these people money. And then that's going to dry up as everything else does. So Britain is particularly exposed to Europe's ongoing energy crisis because of its reliance on natural gas to generate electricity. Of course, Britain has lots of coal, probably still lots of coal. I know that's what I got. And there's clean fired coal plants now, but not if you're a greenie, right? So the greenies, sounds good, but does it work? It's not working for you guys, is it? So you guys in America, you think it's going to work here? It's not working in Europe. Why would it work here? Because we're different? I don't think we're much different at all. All right. There are people just like we are, and they have stupid people that are in charge of them, like the stupid people at the CIA. They do stupid shit. So their stupid people are doing stupid stuff, which are hurting people. When are we going to say enough of stupid? Let's put some people in there with some brains that really care about other people and not about making money. So here's an interesting thing. Speaking of CIA, CNN, yes, that's CIA Central, reports ISIS terrorists who killed 13 Americans released from Bagram Air Base days before the attack. Yes. So did the Clown Network know about people there? Put a lot of them there. So I don't know. Why would they just walk away? Why would they? Because they're going to cause problems, right? They're going to make things look messy. Because when things are messy and there's fear, it just gets stuff done on the backside that you're not looking at it anymore. So they're like, okay, pass that law. Yeah, let's rape them some more, rape them some more stuff. And that's basically the way it works. CNN, Kabul airport bomber released from prison days before attack. Wow. Why did you release that guy? Why'd you let him go? All right. Why did you put him on a prison plane? Because I've seen those prison planes, and everybody's like shackled down to the floor. There was one time where I rode on a prison plane, and they're like, hey, can you guys, if these guys get out of hand, can you stay loaded, keep your weapons loaded? And we're like, yeah, no problem. It's like, yeah, we'll handle that. And then they thought better of that, and they're like, on second thought, probably wouldn't be good to shoot inside aircraft. And we're like, yeah, you're probably right. But if it gets bad, yeah, there's going to be some shooting. So anyway, it's spreading. Kids in school bus chant F Joe Biden in Michigan as they pass massive anti-Biden rally. So wow, even the kids are into it. All right. So from the mouths of babes, that's the way they reported. And so I knew this was like a video here. What the heck happened to it? I guess it changed. I guess they took that video down. But the youngsters were, they went by a rally, anti-Joe Biden. Everybody's like F Joe Biden. And so they got into the mix too. So Joe Biden traveled to Howell, Michigan on Tuesday to pitch his unpopular 3.5 trillion socialist infrastructure spending plan. So that thing is just loading, guys. Just like Obama with that, his basically, infrastructure plan. Remember, you guys remember that? Remember after the stock market crashed back in 2008, 2009, and then Obama came in and he was going to turn it all around and, basically tax us to the moon, and it was going to be infrastructure. What happened? No infrastructure improvements, right? So now we're going to do the infrastructure improvement, because now that Biden is president, not vice president, he's going to make sure it gets done. It's just a boondoggle for these guys to the pocket stuff. All right. So what else we got? I think I got one more. So just like we were talking about, gas prices, White House, we want to keep gas prices low, but climate crisis can't wait. Climate crisis, it was global warming, and now it's not global warming, it's global cooling. And now it's like, it's a climate crisis. And it's because you guys are driving your cars around, but they're more efficient. And the real scientists say it's not a problem. No. We have the other scientists that are more popular, and because we make them popular through our networks of controlled media. And we're, okay. That's not a sheep sound. So, somebody that just did a sheep sound, Ted Nugent. Look up Ted Nugent, the bah sound that he did. So I'm like doing the cow sound, because it's like, herding cattle sometimes, or it's herding sheep, I guess. So some people are cattle, some people are sheep. Which are you? Neither? I hope so. So keep your eye on the stuff, because it's going to get, I know you guys don't hear it, it's going to get worse. Because how's it going to get worse? Leftists celebrate Casey DeSantis cancer diagnosis. How friggin' evil, Now, I don't celebrate, and I won't celebrate when, people are going to be executed, for all this bullshit. I'm not celebrating that. It's like, it's like, yeah, that's you did evil. Did Casey DeSantis do evil? No. She's a beautiful soul with a beautiful soul of a husband that's doing good work for people. But these leftists, they want their agenda pushed, so they attack everything that's not like them, and attack it, even their own people, even their own people. If their own people get out of line, they're going to attack them too. So, as we go forward, and some of these people are, like I said, are going to be executed, I'm not going to jump up and down about that, and say, oh, karma. It's like, you do evil, you're going to get what you deserve. It's like a real justice system is actually going to come for you guys. And speaking of which, the Durham report, this is like dropping all kinds of stuff. Have some of these people already stood justice? I think they have, but it remains to be seen. So going forward, we will see this. But until then, none of us have the proof of this, and they're not going to release it until it's time. So we can just speculate. We can say, yeah, it's probably going on. But can we say definitively? No, I don't have the proof of that. It's like I don't have definitively. I didn't have the proof of, demons being on, like, some of the terrorists that I went after. But I worked on those guys, and those guys went away after a year. And everyone that I focused on has gone away within a year. So Joe Biden, you don't have much time left. Kamala Harris, you don't have much time left. Clock is ticking. So, are those two still there? I think one of them's gone. So my stuff works. So you're like, don't focus on me. I'm like, if you're a loving person, I focus on love on you, you're going to like blow up. You're going to be like, not blow up literally, but blow up with love. You'll be like more loving. If I do it on someone that's a demon, that demon's like, I don't like that energy. I'm out. And then, because they use those demons for power. And once that power is gone, they are vulnerable and they go bye-bye. So that's the way that works. If you want to learn that, I'm doing a seminar in Wisconsin. The information for that is down in the description box. It's going to be a great event. Looking forward to that. It's coming up in the middle of this month, 19 through the 22nd, somewhere around there. You have 3 days to save like $500 if you want to go do that. So go check out the links, see if it's right for you, see what your intuition says. And so lots of good speakers, lots of cool stuff we're going to be doing. We'll be like, because this is a small group, we'll be doing a lot of, probably hanging out with you guys, doing meals with you, and going to the beach and doing like a nice little fire, and doing s'mores on the beach during a full moon. So of course, you want to be with Mike on a full moon because they keep the werewolves away. All right, because no demons come around Mike. They know better. All right, and I will teach you how to work that. Because that's what my seminar is about. Teaching you about angels and demons. All right, it's going to be good. As we go forward, this information just keeps getting released. It's unbelievable, the information that comes through. I know you guys are loving it. I'm loving it. Keep loving it, because you attract to you what you most think about and what you love, emotional. But if you're like, see, some of you guys sometimes come and do negative talk stuff, and I have some people that have to take you out, and you're like, I should be able to talk negative. I want to. No. It doesn't work that way here. We don't do stupid here. So if you're doing stupid, and if you're focused on stupid, and if you're a negative person, just go somewhere else and do that. I know some of you guys are trolls. You get paid to do that, but we're just going to delete you out. So just do what you got to do, and we'll take care of business. Now, going forward, guys, we're going to see, I think, a lot of people, get held accountable. It's just a matter of time. And I talked to Charlie Ward a couple of days ago, and he's like, Mike, I used to get all worked up, and over the last several months, I'm like really calm. I'm like, I'm calm too, but I'm always calm. I'll be snapping your neck and I'll be calm. So that's the way I am. And that's the way you should be, that's right. Snapping necks and still being calm, because I'll do it so fast. You won't even know what hit you. Or I'll take my shirt off my back and give it to you if you're cold. If you're a baddie and you're around me and you do badness, you're going bye-bye. So I'm a very nice guy. I don't see myself being in that situation, but I can flip that switch in a heartbeat. Or I can be super nice and share loving information like I'm doing right now, love bowls and all that kind of stuff. So you got to stay in that vibration no matter how bad it gets, guys, because I think it's really bad. I mean, a lot of you guys are like, I want to see that $600 silver. You're not going to like the way the world is when that happens. So yeah, be careful what you wish for. But, I know that's coming and much higher, but the world's going to be, pretty messed up. So it's going to be pretty messed up. I had a dream last night. It's a recurring dream. So I keep coming in this dream. Before, it was like I was in a high rise building, like skyscraper. And there was like office space and high-end office space, beautiful views. And then I started coming back, and there was lots of people around. Then I was coming back. I was like, keep coming back to this dream, and now everything's boarded up. Yeah, the office space is all boarded up. There was like bathrooms, like super high-end bathrooms. I remember coming in. I was like, I'm back in this building. I'm gonna use the restroom here because it's like super nice. So no, not in my dream, but I was just remembering it being that way. So this time the restrooms are all boarded up. You can't look out. I tried to like open one of the doors. You can't open them. So it kind of reminds me like stuff I'm talking about as far as like real estate crashing, right? Because a lot of those office buildings, no one's to fill those office buildings anymore because a lot of those people are gone, literally and figuratively. Because a lot of the stuff that, like for instance, this. So I do teachings every time I come on a lot of times, and these teachings will have to be like one-on-one or in a group in a physical setting, like I'm going to do in Wisconsin, which is great because the interaction's awesome. But you don't necessarily have to do that. You can do Zoom calls. A lot of stuff is done through Zoom now. So a lot of that retail and commercial office space is sitting empty. Even though they told a lot of people to come back, a lot of people are like coming back and they're like, did you get the jabber do? And they're like, no, and I'm not going to. And they're like, bye-bye. And so people are going bye-bye. So this office space is like super weighing on a lot of these corporations. Some point, like we're seeing with Evergrande with China, collapsing. Remember that huge office space that I showed you guys, that living and office space there in China? They said, stop. We have no more money. So it's about to trickle down, because I go to banks occasionally and get cash out because I don't like to leave my cash in a bank. And I was able to get out like fairly good sums a month ago. That's been cut in half now. And now there's lots of branches, like 3 different branches of like my bank, Wells Fargo, that are shut in my area. And they're big. One of them is like a big building, completely shut down. The only thing you have access to is ATM. How much can you get out of ATM? What you can get out. That's it. All right. So if you got a lot of money in your bank, cashola, careful with that. All right. So if you're not in gold and silver, if you don't have some crypto as a backup, because last time the stock market's down 5%. Last time the stock market took a big dip, crypto actually went up. So money is starting to move where there's value. So people are seeing value in crypto, obviously, and coming out of the stock market. So just be heads up, diversified, cash, crypto, gold and silver, or whatever precious metals you want. I got a little platinum too. So, it's up to you guys as we move forward. I know some people say they don't have the cash, but if you got the cash, you might want to get out of the bank if you want to continue to have the cash. So that's my thoughts on that. And I've been kind of putting that out there, haven't I? So now I hate to put out a warning if things aren't really obvious, but I think it's becoming very obvious now, right? So the Federal Reserve wants to be your bank. So they're squeezing the banks. It's going to squeeze the banks out of existence. So then the Federal Reserve gets your money. So they're controlling your money. And if they don't like that you don't have something done to you, they could withhold your money. And that's coming. It's coming unless someone else comes back and takes charge of this situation. But I don't know. I don't know when that's going to happen. So you look at what's happening, what's coming, and you plan the best for that. And if something better happens, that's good. That's better, right? So I mean, lots of people are like, well, Trump's coming back, right? Who told you to get the jabber to? Trumpster. Not good, right? So a lot of people are saying I'm out with Trump. I'm like, I can't I don't know why he did that. I think that in the beginning that we had some good jabberoo stuff, or maybe just like saline or something. And then I got compromised because that's what people told me anyway. So do I know that for sure? Same thing. Do I know that people are being arrested? Well, some people don't look like they used to. And it's very obvious to me that they're not the same person. So I just add it all up, and it's like, yes, I think some people going bye-bye. And so is this going to be a Trump return? So I talked So Michelle Fielding, as you know, is a channel, and she's been saying for a long time that he comes back eventually, but he doesn't come back at first. Somebody else comes back. I don't know what that is. She doesn't know what that is. And sometimes they don't reveal everything. You just get little pieces. Is that going to be the way it is? Is he coming back? I don't know. But for him to continue to say that Jabberoo thing needs to happen, that's a problem. That's a problem at this point. That telegraphs to me that either you're uninformed or you're spreading that thingy. And that's a problem. Right. So I know you guys probably hate me now, but I'm just telling you what I see, you know? So you need to question this, and you need to look at this. You don't, how do we get in this situation that we're in right now? Because we didn't question, because we didn't push back. We didn't say, well, WTF, what are you doing here? Why are you making those comments? We know this shit is bullshit. You're still making those comments. So last time we made that comment, people booed. And he says, well, you have the right to make your own choice. So now his son came to hear where I'm at, and I waited in the rain and the heat, and it was worth it because I love the man. And his son came out and said that, just think about Joe Biden. He's got the nuclear football. It was like, oh, everybody's like, ooh, we've been told that he doesn't have that. Why did you say that? Are you uninformed? Are you telling us something that we have been told that is not right? So where is this? So that's what I got, guys. All right. So do I hope that he comes back? Yeah, I think he did a good job. I think he did an amazing job. You know, I said he was going to be a prez and he was going to do a good job. He did a good job. Is he going to come back and do the good job? I don't know. Why did he even walk away to begin with? Still haven't got a good answer on that one. So you guys got to start asking these questions. I know a lot of you are like, well, and I've been very straightforward with you. I was like, I think he's coming back. I still think he's coming back. But we need to ask questions. Why do you keep pushing this thing? And maybe that gets answered. Maybe it gets answered when he comes back. Maybe it gets answered before he comes back. I don't know. So sometimes you don't know why these things are the way they are and why they throw words out. But the thing is, there's probably a lot of people that have done that thing that wouldn't have otherwise. And that's a problem, because I think that thing is bad. It's pretty obvious at this point that it is. And I will talk again about that on my Rumble channel. So I have a lot more information about that thing. And I only share that on Rumble, Michael J5326. So this will be on that Rumble channel too. And sometimes I share some stuff on my my other channel, my other YouTube. So I'm trying to build it up. So if you're not on the other channel, it's Unleashing Intuition 1. Because some of you guys are like, where you been for 2 weeks? Well, I've been over there on that other channel. You know the deal. So I keep it going over here. A lot of people have given up on this side and have gone over to Rumble and BitChute and hang out over there. I hang out everywhere that I can help make a difference and help share this information, help you guys to think. And not like Ted Nugent says on his last interview, he's like, what would you say to people? And he's like, that did that. And he's like, bah, I'm speaking their language. I'm like, ooh. And he's like, do you think they're stupid? He's like, yeah. Like, yeah. So it's gonna get a little uglier, right? I've been saying that those people that went that route it's going to look bad. It's looking bad for them. And I'm not the only one that has said that. All righty. So I see a little chat over there. It's a little hectic chat. So that means you guys are having a good discussion over there. Thanks for coming in and watching. I hope that in the future, thanks Carmen for putting that in, and Michael J 5326 on Rumble, And let's see. Stick it to the man. remember back in the like the 60s, well, some of you guys don't, but back in the 60s and 70s, stick it to the man. Yeah. And they took out their leadership. Those guys used to talk about that. I remember that. Stick it to the man. The hippie movement and the, Black Panthers and came down on those guys pretty hard. So guys, are they going to come down on us hard? Maybe. They have on a lot of us already. All right. So barter system, yeah, could be a little bit of barter system coming up, Bobby. That's good. Got to be ready for that. Got to be ready for all potential, occurrences. So some people have stocked up on alcohol because that's probably going to be barterable, and ammo and all kinds of stuff like that. So as we go forward, I hope it doesn't get to that point. I don't think it's going to get that bad, but I didn't think it'd go this long either. So it is this long. And it's kind of disconcerting to know that people could have stopped this out sooner, but they chose not to. Is that so that more of us could get clued up? We talk about that. I can see that, angle and so forth. So would I have done that? I don't know, because I'm a hard man. So I'm like, probably not. So it's probably somewhat better that someone else was in charge. If that was the call and they knew that it would be different, So would I do that to save like 10,000 lives? How many have gone because of that to ever do? So, I mean, all these things, I guess, were weighed, and in the future, we'll see. We'll see somehow, because this ends better. But does it get worse? Yes, I'm pretty confident it's going to get worse. And once it does get worse, then people start to go, "That's enough. I'm done." Kind of like what happens in wartime situations, because we're in a war. And at some point, people go, "That's enough of that," and we're gonna like put an end to it. All right. So I think that's the way it's going to be. All right, guys. Food, water, protection. Ask God for forgiveness. Somewhere unimaginable. That's good. That's good handle. I like that. That's good. Good advice. Should have a little supply. How long? It's up to you. What makes you feel comfortable. For me, I like a lot. I like a lot. And I definitely starved in past lifetimes, because you go out to eat with me, I'm like, "You're going to eat that?" I'm not always that bad, but I like to have a lot of stuff around. Right. So whatever makes you comfortable, purifier, water purifier is a really good thing to have. At some point, I'm going to get those big jugs, food supply things. I'm going to start to promote that. They're sending me some of that stuff, because I was going to get it if they didn't. And I was like, well, why shouldn't I promote it? Help everybody out, because you guys get that. And I do it off my site. Listen to me and go, get that stuff. It'll be good. Listen, shop, do whatever you want, Yes, Kim is a joke. Yes, absolutely. Kim Guggen, whatever her name is. She mispronounces my name. Jaco. She calls me Jaco. She's like, "Yeah, Jaco, I know all about him. He's like, CIA guy. He's a tool." It's like, whatever. You don't know about me, and you mispronouncing my name, so obviously you don't know me, and you claim you like know me. It's like, you don't know me. You're clueless idiot. All right. And Carrie, God dang, girl, had this person, I want to call her something else, this person on your show twice. And after I timed her out as being a false person. So come on. All right, guys. I love you guys. Lots of love. Love each other. Love the baddies, because I know you guys are like, I can't love the baddies. You love the baddies because remember, I love the baddies and the baddies went bye-bye, right? So when you love them, that energy does have an effect on them, and they're nasty little demons that are on them, can't handle that energy. And they leave them, make them vulnerable, they go bye-bye, right? So love everything. At some point. All right. Love her or not. Oh, so Kim Gogan is who she says she is. Yeah. Okay. If you want to believe that, it's fine. I think she's a fraud, major fraud, right? She calls me out as being a fraud. I'm calling her out as being a fraud too. So anyway, it's a battle. It's a battle out there, guys. You know, it's a war, and you get people that come in and put out false information. It sucks. All right. She's a false informationer. So anyway, you guys believe what you want. It's up to you. All right. Lots of love out there.